this video. Just as a follow-up, I just had my Disney college program interview, or phone interview, and I figured I would make a video log since that's what a lot of DCP applicants and people on the program do. So, um, basically, my phone call was 24 minutes long, which I've heard a couple different things that the longer it is, the better chance you have of getting it. But at the same time, a lot of people have short interviews, but they get in too. So I don't really know if that matters or not. Plus, I asked a lot of questions at the end of the interview. But anyways, I'm kind of hoping that if anything, this video can help people who are applying or thinking of applying do well on their interviews. So, anyways, uh, she called around. My interview was scheduled for 5:30 today on February, what is it? February 12th, 2013, and she called around 5:32, and they always recommend that you are prepared 15 minutes before your interview because they might be finished with whoever they're speaking to before you early, or they might run over, and it's always best if you're prepared. So, anyways, I answered the phone and I said, "Hello, this is Zach," and I tried to make myself sound as excited as possible because I am excited, and that you should definitely spread the fact that you're excited to the person you're talking to. And she said, "Hi, this is Gina from calling you for the Disney College program." And from there, we just went and she double checked everything that I put down on my application, like what roles or positions I was interested in most, and make sure that I was applying for the right place. And I was. I wanted to apply for Walt Disney World. Um, and then she just asked some basic, like the first question she asked was, "Why do you want to do the college program?" And I went through my whole big spiel about how I've loved Disney ever since I could talk, and I used to watch the Disney movies multiple times a day, and I can recite them like the back of my hand and all that good stuff. Um, and basically said that it's been my passion. I really want to be an animator, and this is a pretty awesome start, to take a semester of college and go and learn a lot about the company and go from the ground up. So she seemed to like that answer, and we moved on. And she asked about basically, she went over all the roles that I put down and that I was interested in. And then she asked me, because I put down a lot of them, she asked me which ones were my most preferred roles. And I said, my most preferred roles are character performers or a character attendant, um, attractions, merchandising, and the main entrance to the park's greeter. And then she went through and she just asked general questions about a lot of them, like how would you deal in a certain situation, like if you were the first person, like let's say like I was a park greeter, like how would I deal with being the first person that a guest sees on the first day of their vacation. And I was just like, I would just try to make it as magical experience as possible because they've always made the experience great for me. Like I would never feel like I was actually in the Magic Kingdom until someone said, "Hi, welcome to the Magic Kingdom." And to me, that was not really like saying, "Hi, welcome to Magic Kingdom." It was more like saying, "Hi, welcome home." So I said that, and I think she liked that answer. And then she just asked about prior work experience and how I could take what I've learned from prior work experience and use it for things in Disney. So, you should really be prepared. Like, think about, even if you haven't necessarily had a job before, think about things that you've done in your community or volunteer work or stuff, because that counts too. So definitely consider that if you're applying. And then basically from there, she told me that if you also want to be a character performer, which are the characters that walk around in the park and give kids autographs and things like that, or be in the parades and dance and sing in the shows and stuff, then you have to audition. So she asked me if I was familiar with any of the audition dates, and I said I was, and there's one coming up nearby, but it was tentative, and she said that it's probably going to happen. So I was like, okay, that's awesome. Like, even if that doesn't end up being confirmed, I'm going to try to get to an audition anyways. So just know that you have to audition if you want to be a character performer. Um, and then basically from then on out, she was just really awesome, and we just basically had a conversation about college program and about the Disney look, which is you can't have a certain amount of tattoos or body piercings in parts that you could see outside of a uniform. And she asked me if I was fine, or if I knew what the Disney look was, and if I was okay with it, and if I had anything that would be a problem, or if I had any tattoos or piercings that could be noticed in a working uniform. And I said, yeah, I am familiar, and I have no problem adhering to it. And I told her I have earrings, but those I can just take out, so they're really not a big deal. And she said, they're not. She's like, oh, okay, well, as long as you don't have a problem, then that's good. And then she asked, oh, have you ever lived with a roommate before? And because you have to live with roommates there. And do you have a problem with that? And I said, no, I have no problem with living with a roommate, even though I've never really done it before. Um, and yeah, I mean, it was pretty much just the basic, do you know what you're getting into kind of things. And she was very friendly. She was a very, very nice lady. And then she asked me at the end of the interview, she said, well, first she said, it's going to take about 2 to 3 weeks, or it could take 2 to 3 weeks to process all the information. But I'll find out within that time if I made it in or not, which I'm really hoping that I made it in. But I feel good about the interview. But anyways, as I was saying, after the interview, she asked, do I have any questions? And I did have questions that I asked her, and it's probably a good idea. I've been told it's a really good idea to ask questions, because it shows that you're really interested in the whole college program, and you're not just doing this so that you can get out of doing college work for a semester. And I asked her about, I asked her about the audition process for character performers, and I asked her about classes, how difficult is it to balance, because they have classes down there that you can take. Some of them are for college credits, but others that you can just take because you're interested in the subject. Like somebody I knew said that they were interested in taking a Disney history class, which actually seems really interesting, and maybe I'll take it. But, well, if I get accepted. But yeah, I asked her about how difficult is it to balance the classes with work, and she said it wasn't that hard. And then I asked her how she's seen the program change over the years, and she said it's become a lot different, especially with social network. And what else did I ask her? I asked her, I think that's about everything. No, I'm right. Okay, I asked her because I said I'm interested in animating, so would it be possible for me to meet with an animator while I'm down there? And she said, yeah, that's definitely possible because of the networking throughout the company. So it's definitely, if you're looking to become part of the Disney, like if you're looking to work in the Disney company after you graduate from college, the college program is definitely good. It's a great way to put your foot in the door, kind of, so that you know what the company operates like. And since she said there's such great networking between different parts of the company, then it's so easy for you to get in touch with whatever department you want to end up working in. So I really was happy with that answer. But basically then I just, oh, okay, make sure you stress the fact that you want this to be a learning experience, because I mean I was told it was a good idea by a friend of mine, and I made sure that I stressed the fact that I really want this to be a learning experience. And I do want this to be a learning experience because this is the company that I fully intend to spend the rest of my life working for. I really want to be a Disney animator. So as much as I can learn about the company and the way it works and the way they treat their customers, even though I have experience since I've been to Disney World many, many times, but it's nice to see it from the other side. Instead of just being a guest, you know what it's like to be a guest and to be an employee. So make sure you stress learning. But then I ended it on a very positive note. I said, thank you for taking the time out of your day to speak to me. because I really appreciate it, and I'm just being able to apply for the Disney College program is a dream come true. And she was really happy that I thanked her, and I remembered her name. Make sure you write your interview person's name down. I don't know what they call recruiter, maybe, I don't know. But make sure you write his or her name down, because it's a good thing. Like, I'm alright with names, but sometimes I forget. So it's a good idea to write the name down so that you remember the name, because it also shows that you're good at remembering things, and you are also taking an interest in the entire process. So I thanked her, and she thanked me for being available, and she reminded me that it's probably going to check my college program dashboard often for updates and stuff, and it ended on a very positive note. So just in retrospect, for anybody considering applying, well, you have to take a web-based interview before this, it's not that difficult, and if you're honest, then you'll probably, and if you're honest, well, if you're honest and you really care about Disney and you really care about the college program, then you'll probably pass the web-based interview and move on to the phone interview. And in preparing for the phone interview, just think how much do you really want to do this, and how much you really want to perform in your favorite and your desired roles, and why you want to do that, and were there any particular experiences in your life that contribute to you being able to do it in a very good and very I don't know what word I should use, but anyway, yeah, like, just think about, like, basically just think about how much you want to do it, why, how much this means to you, and then just don't, like, I mean, I was nervous, but just don't, like, try not to be nervous, because you're talking to someone from Disney, and I'm pretty sure almost everybody working in the happiest place on earth is a happy person. So you're not going to have somebody who's really rude, unless they've had a bad day, but even that's not really their fault. So they're mostly going to be very nice and very understanding people. So just don't, try not to worry. And, if you don't end up, and even if I don't end up getting this, then it's not a big deal. I mean, you can always apply again. So just keep in mind how much you really want to do this, and you'll do fine. So I really hope this video has either persuaded or made the application process for somebody out there easier, but I won't know that. But anyways, thanks for watching this obnoxiously long video of me rambling about my Disney experience. Thank you, and good luck.